The head of his body is fire, and his eyes, the sun and the moon, his ears, the regions of heaven. In the sacred Vedas, his word, his breath is the wind that blows, and the whole universe is his heart. This earth is his footstool. He is the spirit that is in all things. From him comes the sun, the source of all fire is the sun. From him comes the moon, from him and from this comes the rain and all herbs that grow upon earth. And man comes from him. And man unto woman gives seed, and thus an infinity of beings come from the Spirit Supreme. The verses of the Rig Veda and the songs of the Samaveda, prayers of the Yajur Veda, and rites of initiation, sacrifices, and offerings and gifts. The offerer of the sacrifice, the year, and the worlds purified by the light from the sun and the moon, all come from the Spirit. From him the oceans and mountains and all rivers come from him, and all herbs and the essence of all whereby the inner spirit dwells with the elements. All come from him. The spirit in truth is all action, and the power of Tapa and Brahma, the creator and immortality. He who knows him in the secret place of the heart cuts asunder the bonds of ignorance, even in this human life. Radiant in his light, yet invisible in the secret place of the heart, the Spirit is the supreme abode wherein dwells all that moves and breathes and sees. Know him as all that is and all that is not, the end of love longing, beyond understanding, highest in all beings. He is self-luminous and more subtle than the smallest, but in him rest all the worlds and their beings. He is the everlasting Brahma, and he is life and word and mind. He is truth and life immortal. He is the goal to be aimed at. Attain that goal, my son. Take the great bow of the Upanishads and place in it an arrow sharp with devotion. Draw the bow with concentration on him and hit the center of the mark, the same everlasting spirit. The bow is the sacred and the arrow is our own soul. Brahma is the mark of the arrow, the aim of the soul. Even as an arrow becomes one with its mark, let the watchful soul be one in him. In him are woven the sky and the earth and all the regions of the air, and in him rest the mind and all the powers of life. Know him as the one and leave aside all other words. He is the bridge of immortality, where all the subtle channels of the body meet, like spokes in the center of a wheel. There he moves in the heart and transforms his one form into many. Upon Atman yourself, place your meditation. Glory unto you in your faraway journey beyond darkness. He who knows all and sees all, and whose glory the universe shows, dwells as the spirit of the divine city of Brahman in the region of the human heart. He becomes mind and drives on the body and life, draws power from food and finds peace in the heart. There the wise find him, as joy and light eternal. And when he is seen in his immanence and transcendence, then the ties that have bound the heart are unloosened. The doubts of the mind vanish, the law of karma works no more, and the supreme golden chamber is Brahman, indivisible and pure. He is the radiant light of all lights, and this knows he who knows Brahman. There the sun shines not, nor the moon, nor the stars. Lightnings shine not there, and much less earthly fire. In his light all these give light. In his radiance illumines all creation. Far spreading before and behind, and right and left, and above and below is Brahman, the spirit, eternal, and truth. Brahman is all. There are two birds, two sweet friends, who dwell on the self-same tree. One eats the fruits thereof, and the other looks on in silence. The first is the human soul, who resting on that tree, though active, feels sad in his unwisdom. But on beholding the power and glory of the higher spirit, he becomes free from sorrow. When the wise seer beholds in golden glory the Lord, the Spirit, the Creator of the God of creation, then he leaves good and evil behind, and in purity he goes to the unity supreme. In silent wonder the wise see him as the life flaming in all creation. This is the greatest seer of Brahman, who doing all his work as holy work in God and Atman and the Self, finds all his peace and joy. This Atman is attained by the truth and tapas, whence come the true wisdom and chastity. The wise who strive and who are pure see him within the body in his pure glory and light. Truth obtains victory, not untruth. Truth is the way that leads to the regions of light. Sages travel therein, free from desires, and reach the supreme abode of truth. He is immeasurable in his light and beyond all thought, and yet he shines smaller than the smallest. Far, far away is he, and yet he is very near, resting in the inmost chamber of the heart. He cannot be seen by the eye, and words cannot reveal him. He cannot be reached by the senses, or by austerity, or secret actions, by the grace of wisdom and purity of mind. He can be seen, indivisible, in the silence of contemplation. The invisible Atman can be seen by the mind, wherein the five senses are resting. All mind is woven with the senses, but in a pure mind shines the light of the self. Whatever regions the pure in heart may see in his mind, whatever desires he may have in his heart, he attains those regions and wins his desires. Let one who wishes for success reverence the seers of the spirit. Then he knows the supreme dwelling of Brahman, wherein the whole universe shines in radiance. The wise, who, free from desires, adore the spirit, pass beyond the seat of life and death. A man whose mind wanders among desires and is longing for objects of desire goes again to life and death according to his desires, but he who possesses the end of all longing and whose self has found fulfillment even in this life, his desires will fade away.